After grinding for over a month, we finally reached Union level 50. We have at least 20 to 30 crystal solvents left, and it's time to blow them all, right? Well, no, it's still not that time. Unfortunately, even at Union level 50, we still don't have the luxury of getting the best value for our wave plates, but I will inform you. It's the final countdown! I'm sorry, I will never sing again. I'm so sorry for what your ears have just heard. Just kidding. You know I love my songs and raps. Anyway, I'm Void Enigma, and I'll be telling you the best way to use your rave plates through Union level 50. Time for the Tacit Field grind. Well, not quite. The first thing that you want to do is raise your character's level, as this is going to be the biggest boost to your damage overall. More so than Forte and arguably even more than weapons. This is because the higher the difference in level between you and the enemy, the less damage that you're actually going to do to them. So this is your first priority. So firstly, start with your characters that deal the most damage, and you can leave all your other characters at level 60 to 70 for now. In my case, I'll be raising Jian, Yinlin, and Rover. Eventually, we'll get Kalkara raised, but I don't know if I'm going to prioritize him over Shengli. Luckily for us, it seems that the drop rate for the boss materials are guaranteed to be 3, and sometimes we can even get 4, but you'll have to spend a lot of time murdering the bosses for these materials. Take it slow, and try not to spend all of your crystal solvents, but at the end of the day, do what you must. The crystal solvents are there for a reason after all. The thing is, with the crystal solvents is that they push your progression forward, allowing you to reach the next Union level faster. So using them now will help you get to Union level 60 later, which will unlock the highest difficulty early on, so it's up to you for how you want to use them. But I would recommend that you use a few, use them as you need them, but save at least 10 or so. The more you save, the better. After you get them to level 80, then you'll want to focus on their weapons, of course. And if you want to squeeze out as much damage from your team as possible, then you can raise the weapons of all of your sub DPSs as well, but focus on your main damage dealers first. From there on, you have two options, maxing out the Forte or the Tacit Fields. Now, let's talk about the Forte, because getting the level up material for your weapons and talents are actually going to be not the best option. You will want to invest a little bit, but don't over-invest. The increase per 10 Union level for the Forgery domains is actually kind of massive. When you get to Union level 60, you'll actually be able to get much more rewards. You can peek your head in and farm a bit, but don't max out all of your skills immediately on all of your characters. If you've made it this far, then you must be enjoying the video, yeah? Go ahead and like this video so that I can continue to make great content, and consider subscribing as well. Alright, let's get right back into it. As for my general recommendations for the Forte, you are limited to what you can raise from Resonator rank 5 and onward because of weekly bosses. Every level past 6 will require weekly boss material. On the upside, you can now get 2 to 3 per run, but the maximum you can get per week is going to be 9. So hopefully you all get lucky. I got 3 the first time and 2 the second time, so I'm not sure how it really splits, but you do have a chance to get 3. The best way to approach this is to raise your top nodes first. These offer permanent damage boosts for your characters, and they're somewhat like free substats that you can get from the Echoes. They're only 1 level for them as well, so once you get them, they're just there, which is great. After that, you'll want to focus on 1 to 2 skills per character on your main DPS, or just wait until you get to Union level 60 to completely max out those skills. You can leave the supports and healers alone for now, as the best defense is to penetrate the opponent before they have a chance to penetrate you. Famous Void Enigma quote, 2024. If you have questions on which skills to prioritize per character, just ask down below and I can let you know. A general rule of thumb, however, is to leave the normal attacks and intro skills of the characters at level 5 or 6. They do help with damage, but they are not the main brunt of the damage. An example is Jian, where most, if not all, of his damage comes from his Resonance Liberation, so that's going to be the main focus. His Forte circuit is used to enhance the damage dealt from the initial hit of his Resonance Liberation, and his Resonance skill is used during his Liberation for some extra damage, so these are of course his priorities. As for his intro skill and basic attack, you really won't be using them if you're using Jian correctly, as you should have enough energy recharge substats so that you never really have to do basic attacks. His intro skill would be the next priority after you max out those other 3 skills, but you definitely don't need to raise it anytime soon. Each character is unique, so again, just comment down below and I'll guide you for anyone who has legitimate questions. Within a few days of reaching Union level 50, you will finally be at a comfortable level where your main damage dealers are fully powered up. From there, you can focus on raising your supports to the next ascension and slowly spoon feeding them upgrades to their Forte. After all is said and done, now's the time to focus on tacit fields, right? Well, yeah. Tacit field upgrades from Union level 50 and 60 are literally the same. You'll get a little more experience, but once your characters are at a nice and comfy level, then you can sink wave plates into the endless farming of echoes. The reason why you're going to do this last, however, is because this is an endless grind with no end goal in sight. It could take you a week, it could take you months. So you're really going to have to see just how much time you're going to sink into this. To be honest, the echo grind was not that bad for me. I got Gion to a comfortable level as well as Yinlin in little under a month. With other characters, like in Genshin Impact, it would take me almost half a year just for one character. This is where most of your wave plates will go in the endgame, so raise your character to a comfortable level first, and then you can focus on the tacit fields. Another upside to this is that they severely nerfed the amount of credits needed to actually raise the echoes, so you're going to be able to raise so much more echoes using less credits. Speaking of credits needed to raise your characters and the amount of materials are actually going to be kind of massive, so you're most likely going to have to take a few days to farm credits, EXP leveled up materials, and weapon materials, unless you've done a hell of a job conserving your credits up to now. Keep in mind that on July 4th, I believe, they have the new Depths of the Elusive Realm coming out, so you'll be able to get some materials from there to actually level up your characters. And there are other places where you can get these level up materials, such as using those little materials and turning them into this shop here. In addition, you have the credits from the holograms and the Tower of Adversity, so make sure to use all of this wisely. The last stretch is right before you though. Once you unlock Union level 60, you will be at the highest world level, and that means that you can do whatever you want without restrictions. At that time, the game may become very easy, so let's see how they'll keep throwing harder content at us. At that point, we'll basically be using our wave plates into maxing and perfecting echoes, but that's going to be a hell of a time sink, so we'll have to see how that goes. Personally, I like the progression in this game, and everything has actually felt quite good, which is very rare in a gacha game. I haven't felt heavily restricted to actually raising my characters and even getting echoes, especially since they give us so many guaranteed ones, which I actually literally still have. This is just really great for the health of the game. You don't have to spend forever raising a character, but you still have to spend a little bit of time. Go ahead and comment down below how you think Wuthering Waves is handling the progression and if you're a fan of it or not. And if you found this informative, entertaining, or helpful, then I think that's worth a like at least, right? Go ahead and like this video so that I can continue to make great content for you all, and consider subscribing if you found this really helpful. I'm Void Enigma, and until next time, Enigma out.